Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 8th of May 2024. So Kashkari and consumer credit curtailed stock and bonds gain yesterday. And Kashkari said if we get convinced eventually that inflation is embedded in or entrenched now at 3%, then we need to go higher in rates. We would do that. So that's what he said, which is why the markets were choppy yesterday and finished little changed on the day. And the same here, stocks and bonds chop as participants await new catalysts. So looking for a new event to move the markets. CPI next week, Bank of England tomorrow. So Forex Factory today, no economic news, French bank holiday and 10-year bond auction. That's all we've got. Tomorrow is Thursday and it's the BOE's chance to talk about interest rates and whatever and see what the market does at midday tomorrow. Okay, let's have a look at the choppy markets from yesterday, and we'll kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, we've got a very narrow range, as you can see there, Monday, Tuesday, and this Friday. So the market seems to be running out of steam on the upside, unless there's some event coming out to actually drive prices higher, but a bit of supply around yesterday as well, but that's on low volume. At the 78% retracement from this point here down to the low, that's where I use these lines to actually move the fibs up. So we're in a sort of an area where we can expect a bit of a pullback and sideways move there as well. 30-minute chart shows how choppy it was, only just over 100 points in the Dow in its range, very quiet for this market. You can see there, that's certainly the definition of choppy. Overnight the market's currently sideways, not near yesterday's low, which it put in just before the close, the last half an hour of the session. But it is below the close, the DP at the moment, and also in a range of not too many points, about 25-30 points there. In the German DAX, sitting at the 89% retracement following the shakeout during the Israeli-Iran conflict, and then has made its way back, like I say, to 89%. The market at the moment with the averages all in the right direction and heading back towards that all-time high, which sits currently at 18,569. So still bullish for all these markets at the moment, and the 30-minute chart was less than choppy for the German DAX. As you can see, they're moving up quite nicely. Overnight the market's sideways. It's already taken out yesterday's high and is sitting just below the close at the moment, so we've seen a bit of profit taking coming into the market. As long as it stays above the psychological level here, which is going to be 18,400, then it should be fine there to hold and continue to move back to that all-time high, which is in the crosshairs at the moment. And given there's no economic news, it's an ideal opportunity for them to actually do this. In the S&P 500, similar picture, we're up to 89% retracement. Again, we sold off. And then we had a nice retracement there and a second one there before moving higher. At the moment, the 89% showing a bit of supply coming into the market as well, but we're still above the 78. And again, the averages are lined up there, apart from the 20 bar should be above the 50, but still moving back to the upside. You've got the all-time high sitting up here as well, not too dissimilar to the DAX at 52.75. And of course, as we go into May, and the old adage, sell in May, go away, which is maybe what we're seeing at the moment with it being quiet. FT100 though, different story, making a new all-time high again in the overnight. The derivatives markets are having the ball at the moment, bringing this market up. And you can see that the gap wasn't filled there yesterday either, which is unusual, but at some point that gap will have to be filled. So again, we'll see what happens during today, but it was choppy-ish, but in an uptrend. For the FT yesterday, you can see that there. Overnight, say we've got a new all-time high. Market is just below the high of yesterday and heading towards the close there. In the US dollar, this is making its way back to the upside, having had a bit of a sell-off last week on the NFP numbers in the FOMC meeting minutes. So let's have a look at the impact on the metals. Metals, silver having moved up on Monday. Tuesday was down, some selling. They were trying to hold the price down, but overnight the market's starting to move up once more. Could we start to see the next leg up in the new silver market? Well, only time will tell, but we've got to take out the 20 bar moving average and these fibs first, and also these pink lines which are resistance to the left. So again, we'll see if the market has the strength or is allowed to actually move higher. And the 30-minute chart up to the high of Monday, and then back down, and overnight down to the S1, but it's bounced off there, which is a nice move off there considering the US dollar is also down. Meanwhile, gold is still stuck in a sideways range, obviously waiting for some more geopolitics and CPI news to move this market. And there you can see choppy sideways move, but again overnight the derivatives were used in the paper market to push the price below the low and then bring it back above the DP there. Let's have a quick look at the gold silver ratio. And yesterday moving back to the upside overnight with that sudden burst in the market following a quick sell-off. The gold silver ratio is moving to the downside at the moment as silver accelerates faster than gold on the upside. Right, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trading session and overnight what prices are doing before we conclude. So yesterday pre-market prices sideways, dipping below the high, coming back down to the psychological level of 18,200, and then just trading sideways until we have the cash market about to open. We see prices move sharply higher there. We had the one signal, which was a sell. We're seeing prices move down there, and they move back down to the 200 MA and retest the high and the close before moving off this. So classic again down at those two levels, the 200 MA, the close and the high, which is three levels of course, spotting the 200 MA there after, but certainly two very important lines there, high and close. Market then continuing to move higher, shake everybody out, move the market back to the upside, up to the R1, and we get a retracement there. Market then manages to break through the 500 before it's pushed back, and then we get into a sideways move with prices sitting on the R1. They break to the downside towards the 200 MA and then bounce back, and then I don't know what went on here, but this is obviously the derivatives in the Dow and the S&P moving the market to the upside with this move breakout, and prices then trading sideways as soon as the cash market opened. Again, this is just blatant how they're using the futures contracts to move the markets back to the upside, and they do this in order to offload cash positions at a higher price. So you use the derivatives to bring the market up, and then you can fill the orders if they're limit orders for sellers. So prices moving back above the R2 and then just staying in a sideways range for the early part of the evening for the German DAX there. Quick look at what's happening overnight. That's the daily chart. We can see prices have moved back a bit. They put that new high in. 2-minute charts, we're sitting sideways at the moment. We can see the high is up here. It's only 6:30 in the morning, so it'll be half an hour before we get any sort of activity. But at the moment, what's important here is the market is below the high and the close of yesterday and the 200 MA, so you may get a shakeout down to the DP before prices retrace and move back to the upside, just as they did during yesterday. Okay, that's it for this one and from me. So have a good day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.